very good afternoon and welcome to Glamour Live. My name is Molife Kumona. I am the online editor for Glamour South Africa. And today we have, for our live, today we've got Mihlali Ndamase, who is a content creator, a YouTuber. She's also a makeup artist as well as an influencer. Good afternoon and thank you guys for joining us. Hi Pasi, how are you? Yaya, how are you? Hle, Yolani, good afternoon guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We are about a minute late. I was late. My other device was refusing to connect. So now we're just waiting for Mihlali to join us on our live. Hope everyone is doing great and keeping safe. Sanitizing. I have a sanitizer right next to me here. So yeah, we're just keeping safe. So just waiting on Mihlali. Yes, Mihlali just joined us. Yes, I also cannot wait. We cannot wait for this. We're super excited. Mihlali is joining us.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good.
I feel like I should sit lower so I'm not crouching the whole time.
That's what I did. I always sit like on the floor because your hair sometimes gets cut or something like that. So we need to like
Struggle is Hi everyone.
Hi everybody. So people are excited. They're so excited to that you're on. We
Sorry
are
guys,
also.
for showing you guys my heater.
Is it that cold outside?
I have a heater all year round. I just
Okay,
yeah, so I have a heater but I don't use it all year round. I only use it when it's cold.
I'm in Cape Town. It's slightly cold. Cape Town is a movie city. So it gets cold, it gets warm, weird.
Cape Town weather is shocking.
Yeah, quite crazy. So let's just get into it and just talk about how are you doing? How are you feeling? How's the lockdown treating you? I saw 4 hours ago you said you've been feeling happy this past couple of days. What's going on? How are you feeling in the lockdown? How are you keeping yourself busy?
I'm fine. I'm good. I've been sleeping a lot. Because I mean, in
Uh,
general, you know how you have to wake up early. As much as we work a
yeah.
lot from home, and we have a bit more freedom, in terms of our schedule. I usually wake
Mm,
up and I do my errands, I do my meetings, I come back home, and that's when I do my content, my filming and
yeah.
stuff. But now that I don't have errands and meetings, it's like, ugh, even if you wake up at 10 or at 12. But I'm trying to get better with that. I think in the first week I was a bit down. So I was,
Mm,
sleeping away sleeping away time because of sadness. But now I'm really
mm.
trying to like get back on the ball and be a little bit more productive. And you, how have you been holding up?
Uh, at work helps. Also sleep a lot, but weirdly, like I usually sleep like at 9 a.m. Like 9 p.m. Sorry. But these days I
Mm.
sleep like at 2 a.m. It's just such weird times.
Everyone has that problem. It's crazy.
It's just so crazy, and I get more hungry now. Like I'm just like all I'm thinking about is food,
Yeah, I've
literally.
also been eating a lot. Look at how round my face is. I look like a teddy bear.
But I think we have an excuse. Are you working out at home at all? Are you doing any of this?
I've tried. You know, I even signed up for online workouts, but it's
Uh,
so hard when you actually don't have. Because I'm used to having a trainer, so I have to go to the gym
yeah.
and someone's literally there, like, okay, do this, get it. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
Now, if I get tired, I'm just like, oh, I'll just see it later on, which is horrible. So I've been trying, but honestly, I haven't been working out as much as I'd like. Are you keeping
No,
active?
true. I work out maybe 3 times a week,
Mm,
and it's hard. It's hard. Yesterday I managed to work out after like three,
mm,
4 days, and I worked out at like 8 p.m., which was not too bad, but it's so
yeah,
hard. They make it look easy on the Instagram
they
post, but it's
do. And
difficult.
it's not easy at all. It's actually very difficult.
Cool. So let's talk about what the when first did you find out about the COVID-19, and what has that done to you as a person emotionally, mental health wise? Because I think mental health is really huge right now in terms of anxiety, panic attacks.
I first found out about the virus. When was it? It was even before self-isolation. My mom was actually in Durban. I mean, my mom was visiting me here in Joburg, and there was an
Mm,
article about some guy who landed from abroad and he came with a tear. So I knew it was happening in Italy and stuff, but I only found
ah,
out that it's in SA when that guy landed. So my mom was panicking, and you know how parents are. She's like, "Oh my
yes.
God, someone here has it," and
Yes.
literally my friend was also visiting me. My friend and I were both like, "Ugh, Mom, it's not that serious. It's just one fever."
Mm, mm,
So now I
mm.
look back and I'm like, yo, it's bad. So that was the first time. And that was, I think after that, when we went into self-isolation, that was like sort of the moment that made me realize that, okay, this is serious and it's bad.
Mm.
Mm.
And how are you keeping like mentally sane during this time? Do you have to go out and
Mm.
shop sometimes, or did you manage to shop during that time? Just
I
before?
shopped before. I was
Uh,
doing a lot of isolating during the self-isolation. I won't even lie. But now I'm
mm,
obviously taking it very seriously. And I don't know, I think I've just adjusted very well to
mm,
the idea of being indoors. And I understand that it's something that we have to do for our safety, not only for ourselves, but for everybody else around us. But I
yes.
really do appreciate those essential runs. Like when I go to get groceries, it's sort of that moment where it's
Mhm.
like, there's human beings
Yeah.
around me, there's a tree.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm coping mentally, and also I just call my friends a lot. I speak to my family a lot on video calls as well. I think that's really helped keep me
Mhm.
sane. So yeah, my
Is
mental
it?
health isn't that badly affected, thank God.
Mm. And are you lockdowning alone, or are you lucky to
I
have a friend?
am. I
How
live
is that like?
alone.
How's that like?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to go
Yeah, tell
from
me
having
about
the
it.
freedom of friend, let's go to Jebeli and have
Mm,
lunch, to
mm,
having to be in the house all the time. But and one thing that I really do appreciate about it is that it's forcing me to be a bit more consistent with my content. So now I have a lot
mm,
more time to actually put work into the creative side of my career, which I'm really enjoying because now I'm thinking about new ideas for my channel and just ways to keep my platform interesting.
mm. And speaking about creative ways, yesterday in your talk with Joe, you spoke about
Mm-hmm.
how it's important right now for content creators to have a creative advantage.
Mm.
What would that be for you in terms of having that creative advantage, and how does one find it for themselves?
So we all had an advantage in the sense that people are at home, so they definitely engaging more with our content online. I think the only downside in SA is just the problem of not having data. But
Mm,
it's really just an opportunity for you to stay on your toes. It's scary, but it's also an advantage at the same time because it's the perfect time for you to listen to what your audience wants and sort of predict where this field is moving in. We're in a digital age. It's a very fast-paced industry. So what are we moving
mhm,
into? You want to quickly adapt to those trends and be innovative enough to keep your platforms interesting. So that's what I
mhm,
meant by you at a creative advantage. Think about what is it that you could do to, keep your channel relevant, to keep your personal brand relevant. Yeah.
mhm, mhm. And I was also listening that when you got into, so your dad is in the medical field, and your
Mm-hmm.
mom is in the creative industry.
Mm-hmm.
Then did you decide to follow your mom's path, or was it just a natural progression? What happened there?
Natural. It was so natural. So initially, when I was in high school, I was supposed to go and study law. That's what I was
Mm,
interested in. But when I was in grade 10, grade 9, grade 10, I remember saying I wanted to be a beautician. And my aunt was
mm,
like, "What? You're not going to make
uh,
any money off that. How are you going to earn a living?" Dun, 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 dun. And I was just thinking, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm sure that there's ways to strive in the beauty industry and,
mm,
earn a good living off it. But I was just like,
yes.
ugh, whatever, it's fine. Let me look at other things. Law seemed to, catch my eye because I wanted to go into the logistics industry via shipping. So I wanted to do
Okay.
something like maritime law.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
that, and then in matric, literally while people are applying for varsities, I'm busy
Uh-huh.
applying to WITS for law. I'm applying to UJ. I'm applying to UCT, and then I secretly applied to Lysa for a makeup course without my parents knowing. And then at the end of matric, they're like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to Joburg and I'm gonna go study makeup." And everyone was just like, "Yo, Lumtana, guys, we worked so hard, we put her through such good schools, and she's gonna go study makeup." You know, nobody understood. But my mom was actually the only person in my family who was like, "Follow your dreams, baby girl." But everybody else was like, but now, you know, I think as you grow in your industry and people recognize you and they sort of go home and they tell your grandparents or whoever that, oh, she's doing well, then you sort of have a bit more faith.
No, I absolutely get you. And when you started when you started in beauty, you said that especially when you started creating your YouTube channel, the thing for you was to create content that you were inspired by other beauty bloggers who were doing YouTube channels. And then you became this force. So at that time, were you already a makeup artist, or did you start your YouTube blog first? How did it start? And did you expect to become this force that you become?
So I was in my second year of makeup, and I was also studying fashion marketing at the time. So I was in second years of both courses, and that's when I started my channel. I wasn't necessarily done with my makeup degree or my certificate, I don't know what to call it, because you know, a lot of people on my Instagram were asking me, "How do you do this? How do you do your makeup? How do you put together your outfits?" So I just got to a point where apparently there's a bad echo.
There's a bad echo. Let me give me 2 seconds. I want to just quickly also put on my
Okay.
my
Okay,
2 seconds.
problem. Hi guys.
Okay, let's hope this works. Okay, hello.
Yep, I can hear you.
Is it better?
Yeah, there's no echo anymore. Perfect.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
the sun is quite bright on my face. What was I saying? Oh
So
yeah.
you were talking about how you were doing your makeup and you're not finished, and you're also doing the marketing. Yes.
So then I started my channel because I initially started my Instagram account in December 2014. So I already had an audience there by 2016. So I just basically drove the traffic from my Instagram to my YouTube channel, and I started my platform while I was still studying. I think I didn't necessarily wait to finish my course because hi.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm just closing my curtain. The sun is annoying me.
It's okay, because they keep on saying that there's a problem with an echo. Is the echo still there, guys? Because I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me perfectly? How do I sound?
I can hear you. There's a bit of an echo, but it's not bad. It's not like an annoying echo.
All right, cool. So let's just continue the conversation. And then, yes, you're telling me how you got in.
So yeah, that's when I started my channel. And yeah, it all picked up from there. So I started my channel in 2016.
All right. And in terms of like how you've grown, did you expect that? Did you expect that you would become this big brand? And I don't know if you like the word influencer, because I know quite a number of people don't like the word influencer. What are your take on that? I have no idea.
People are so fussy. I don't mind the word influencer. I really don't mind it.
Is it? So did you expect yourself to grow as much as you did?
Geez, I don't know. I feel like everything happened very quickly. I didn't expect it to happen. I mean, as much as I had a goal, I don't know how to explain it. I had a goal and I knew what I wanted to achieve with this career based off the people that I was watching internationally and those that I was inspired by. But then watching it happen to me, I sort of didn't believe it. You know, I mean, we are very backwards in terms of the influencer industry in SA and in terms of any digital space. You know, there's not a lot of there's not a lot of agencies that represent digital content creators here. So even when I started out, I was working with agencies that work with celebrities. So they didn't really understand how I work. And now they're trying to force those ways on me. And I'm trying to, so I had to do a lot of hopping from this agency, working with this manager. So it was very difficult for me when I started out. So I didn't think it was something that would happen so soon. But now we're growing quickly and we're adapting. So I'm grateful.
And I've got some questions here because I asked some people to send questions. So I'll just put those questions in between my own questions as well. So I've got a question here from Bonolo. And Bonolo was asking, so give me just 2 seconds. I'm just looking for this question. Oh, yes. Bonolo was asking, who is your inspiration and who do you draw your inspiration from and why do those people inspire you? So in 2 aspects, as a digital content creator and also as someone in beauty, particularly beauty and fashion. Who are those people you draw inspiration from?
I think right now a YouTuber who I'm really inspired by is Jackie Aina. I love how she grew in her industry, and now she's basically one of the biggest beauty YouTubers across the world. And now she's obviously getting brand collaborations where she's actually putting her name on product, which is something I aspire to do very soon. So I'm very much inspired by her. And from a business perspective, I'm very much inspired by Bonang Mateba. I really love what she does with finding an opportunity to monetize anything that she's known for. So she went from being the champagne darling queen to owning her own champagne. So, women like that who find a space that they want to be in and then they dominate it are very inspiring to me. So I'm just inspired by a whole bunch of different women, but just to name a few.
And in terms of in your fashion style, you were named most famous last year.
Yes, thank you.
Who inspires
I'm
you?
inspired by in terms of fashion. I'm inspired by so many people. I follow a lot of like your UK bloggers. UK bloggers kill fashion. Like in terms of dress code, they really, really kill it. And there's also some bloggers in Europe that I follow, ladies that are based in Paris. Who am I inspired by? Oh, there's so many. There's one who's called Sam. I always forget her handle. I'm really inspired by her. I'm also very much inspired by Courtney's style. I've always been. She's very minimalistic, but she's also very elegant. Who else? Oh, Lori Harvey. I absolutely love the way she dresses.
Yes, she dresses really nice.
Yeah, Kylie as well. So just like a whole bunch of public figures.
And have your dreams grown and changed over time? So this is the question that says, as your career is unfolding, as you're getting to where you want to be, have your dreams and your plans changed, and how have you tweaked them along the way?
I've always been a big dreamer. So I've always been that person who has had dreams that didn't necessarily make sense to me, dreams that I didn't have a plan on how I'm going to achieve them. So most of them are still the same, and I'm still on the path of achieving them. There's a lot of things that I still want to achieve that I haven't. So, I have added here and there, but most of my standard ones are things that I've wanted since I was probably like 14. Like, for example, my own cosmetics line. I've wanted that since I was in the early days of high school.
And someone was saying that your skin is glowing. So that was one of the questions I was going to ask towards the end, but I'll ask it now as they've said it. What are some of your tips, your skincare tips? How do you keep your skin looking this fresh? And especially in a lockdown where I think there's a lot of umgo happening with people's skin.
Just do your routine, guys. Be very strict about doing your routine. Get some masking in there and drink lots of water. I know how hard it can be to drink water when you indoors, but I'm very strict with how much water I consume right now because my skin was showing signs of not drinking water a couple of days ago. So now I'm just like trying to get my water taken. And I think also sleeping, trying to get in a good amount of sleep because it really does show in your skin when you aren't well rested.
And in terms of if someone is watching this and they want to get into the influencer space, if you could give, let's say you're going to give a TED talk on the 5 key things to be an influencer. If you could streamline it shortly for this interview, what would some of those things be?
Okay. You need to be able to collaborate with people, especially when you're starting out. So Joe also mentioned this in our talk yesterday. You know, if you are someone who has even a audience of 10K followers, there is an upcoming photographer there who's looking for people to create content with. So try and leverage off those opportunities. Invest in your business. You need to put money to get money out. So when you get a paycheck, don't just go shopping now. Look for a good microphone. Look for your ring light that you've been wanting. Invest in a good camera. And there's even camera stores where you can get legit secondhand or, you know, gently used devices from like your Canon and whatnot, Cameraland and Santon. What else? Constantly be on your toes. Do a lot of research on your audience, what people are interested in, and also your field in general. What direction is your space moving in? Number 4. Geez, what is number 4? Be consistent. Try be consistent. You don't want to upload a YouTube video and then disappear for a year. There's a lot of people coming into this space now, so you want people to remember you. You want to stay at the top of people's heads. If you are not putting out content and you you know, just disappear for a year, then people are going to forget about you, and then there's somebody else who's going to come into the space. And then number 5, you have to have a thick skin and persevere through the negative comments. Don't look at them as a reason to be discouraged and quit, but rather as the perfect reason to be motivated to learn, improve, and grow. Yeah, those are my 5 tips. It's a mouthful. I hope everyone got them.
Definitely. And then we will save this video. I've been seeing people saying, please, can you save the video? We're going to save the video after the interview. And Talita is asking, how does one gain followers? Because I feel like you need a certain amount of followers in order to be recognized. How does one get followers, gain followers?
You can gain followers honestly through being consistent and putting out quality content. I think that's the one thing that people are really drawn to right now, is that they want to see you clearly in your images. They want to hear your voice properly in your videos. So if you are consistent and you're putting out quality content, then growing your audience, it should be organic. It should happen naturally. And the one thing I really want to say is that a lot of people look at, you know, people who already have 1 million followers, for example, and they really just, you know, feel discouraged, but everyone started somewhere. So it's not necessarily, as much as it's unfair for me to say it's not about numbers, but it's not. Everyone will have their market. If there's someone who enjoys your content, then they will be there and they will tell other people about it. So you shouldn't necessarily be focused too much on numbers, but rather putting out good content and being consistent. And another thing, someone just mentioned it here, thank you so much, which is being authentic. It's so important. Being authentic and staying true to yourself is very, very, very important, because people will only fall in love with, I mean, people can fall in love with your content, but your personality and who you are is something that brings people back. And that's something I truly believe.
And speaking about being authentic, and speaking about doing something different, you did a cameo in Lasizwe's video. We were all shocked because we didn't know you had it. Really, I think that's why it trended one, and people were like, okay, we didn't know you had it in you. So tell us about that. How did that come about? And do you have interest in getting into acting, or is that just like, hey, friend, let's try this out?
No, I'm not interested in acting, guys, at all. But Lasizwe was a friend of mine, so he was just like, friend, I want us to collaborate. So I was like, okay, I want you to come on my channel and do my makeup. And then he was like, oh, we have to do a skit for my channel. Lasizwe didn't give me a brief. I mean, he did give me a brief prior, but I didn't know what role I was going to play in that brief. I thought I was going to be the friend in the coffin. I thought he was going to do the acting. And then I get to his place, and he's like, okay, Chomi, Nancy Onion, you need to cry. You need to make yourself cry. I'm like, girl, why am I crying? He's like, girl, you are crying because your friend is dead. So it was really something that was out of my comfort zone, but I really enjoyed it, you know. I really enjoyed seeing that side of myself. As much as there was a little bit of backlash here and there, I think it was fun, so I don't really regret it at all.
Would you do it again?
No. No.
Is it? And talking about what you spoke about in terms of just staying focused on what you're doing, you are one of the most talked about personalities on social media. I'm sure you know this. Have you ever like woken up and you are trending and you either one, wondered what it's about, or two, went like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to Twitter. How do you feel usually in those types of moments?
You know what? When it really started, when I was really starting to get attention, and I'm a very reserved person. So for me, most of the time it was very cringe. It wasn't like, yes, guys, I'm trending. For me, it was
Yeah.
always like oh my gosh, why am I trending now? So there'd be times where I used to literally call my friend, one of my friends, and be like, Chomi, apparently I'm trending on Twitter. Please go check why. I don't want to read the comments myself. Because at that point I hadn't grown a thick skin. So a lot of the things that people used to say online really used to affect me, and they used to, upset my mood. And if I didn't want to ruin my mood on that day, I would rather not read the comments. But then now, guys, I go online and I'm just like, why am I trending? But yeah, it does happen. Sometimes you sleep and then someone posts something about you and then you wake up in the morning and you're like, yeah.
And what's the funniest trend that has ever happened that was like a shock to you? Like, okay, I either didn't say that or I didn't know that was a thing.
The funniest reason why I trended, I think, oh my gosh, people are so weird online. Hey, not so long
Ah,
ago, there was another celebrity. I'm not gonna mention her name. She was trending. People were like, "Oh my gosh, her body's beautiful. She's very beautiful." And then
uh,
someone, a couple of people just started to compare me to her, saying that, "But who's
uh,
hotter?" And then I started trending. So I go on Twitter and I'm like, guys, like, why is on so it has nothing to do with me. She is beautiful. Let's appreciate her. Why are we comparing
mm,
now? So I've had a lot of
mm.
those moments where I'm just like, but why am I involved? Like,
But the one thing that I'm sure you knew would trend was that Lewis Hamilton picture. You knew that
I
would trend, right?
can I tell you something? I really thought that was a joke. When I posted that and I captioned that, it was a joke. It was purely for humor. So the fact that people made it, my aunt texted me and she's like, "You were on the news, like on Morning Live. Could tell you were
Oh
with
wow.
Lewis Hamilton." I'm like, guys, no, it's not that serious. It was me joking around. So things, sometimes people. So now I think things like that really taught me to be super cautious about what I say. I
Mm,
really have to think not twice but 500 times before I post anything, because
mm, mm.
it can easily be spent. And I mean, imagine if there was something where now he responded and he was like, it was basically a negative thing. I don't know if he was super dramatic and now his lawyer's on my ass or whatever. Excuse my language.
Mm, mhm.
Yeah.
So I guess in that moment, that's one of those moments you realize how powerful you are as an influence because you
Yeah,
posted a picture
scary.
as a joke and then you went on and you trended.
Yeah, it was quite scary.
And in terms of okay, so five things you can't live without. Someone is asking this, five things you cannot live without. If they had to say leave your house now, take five things, what would those things be?
My camera, my cell phone, my AirPods, lip gloss, and my laptop,
Those are the five things.
and my wallet.
So cool. Fair enough. And five tips on dressing up. Like five tips you'd give to someone in terms of dressing up. What would you say? I know we all have different tastes and all that. What are the five things that have worked for you in terms of dressing up for either an occasion,
Mm.
meeting, something like that?
I think it depends on the occasion, honestly.
Mm.
So I would just say, geez, can I get an occasion? Because that's tricky if I don't know where I'm going.
Okay, so dressing up for what do you usually dress up for? I know you've got meetings, you've got events.
Events,
So
for
let,
photo shoots, I get dressed there.
yeah, so let's just say dressing up for a meeting you want to go and you want to kill that meeting as a businesswoman. What would that be?
Okay, so 5 tips for dressing up. I always carry a very good bag.
Mm,
I know this is probably not important to some people, but for me, I have like my mature handbags, and then I have my going out handbags, and then I have like my mom handbags, which are the big tote ones that you use for shopping. So I always try and carry, a handbag that's mature and it looks a little bit bougie. I feel like that completes the look.
mm,
And I always wear good fragrance. I think that sets quite a good statement. Like if you smell good,
mm,
and what else? Don't show too much. So I really don't believe that whole thing of, a woman must, wear a turtleneck and a skirt that covers their knees in the working environment. No. So if I'm wearing formal pants, then I can wear a top that shows a little bit of cleavage, but not too much. And I always try and stick to very neutral colors when I go to meetings. Very often I wear black. I feel like for me, black is a statement power, a powerful color. So I wear a lot of black, and generally on the daily basis, I wear black anyway. So maybe it's just a personal thing. Yeah. And yeah, just make sure that your hair is neat, preferably out of your face. You want the person that you're having a conversation with to see your face properly, and you don't want to be distracting the person that you're having a meeting with by constantly having to push your hair back and move your hair out of your face. And please carry gum. There's nothing more distracting than bad breath. You know,
But isn't it distracting though when someone is chewing when you're having a meeting? So carry gum and then don't eat it just before the meeting.
Yes. Oh, you know what I do? Actually, my childhood pastor taught me this, because in church, as kids, we used to chew gum and he'd always shout at us, bite a small bit and sort of put it at the back of your mouth, like behind your teeth. So you're not really going to feel like you're forced to chew something that small, but it's still that minty freshness whenever you speak.
Ah, I got you. So there've been a lot of challenges on the internet during this lockdown period. I haven't seen you do any. Is there a reason why?
I did one.
I didn't see the Don't
Rush. I did, but I posted very late. I did it with a group of bloggers. Well, two of them were my friends. They're not really bloggers, but yeah, I did do it. I just haven't done any other ones because I can't dance, so I'm not about to try and these ones, no.
Are you on TikTok?
Yeah. I'm not, but I'm really considering joining now that we're stuck at home for the next couple of days. Have you done any of the challenges?
No, I will not do Don't Rush. I'm not going to dress up at home. I can't.
Really? It sort of helps your mood though.
I know it does, but you see, the reason why I'm wearing all these hats is because it's a mess up there. So you know what I mean? So
are in trouble.
And someone was telling me that hats are men's weaves. So when I'm putting them on, they're like, lay your edges. So it's one of those. So in terms of your dream for yourself, what are some of the dreams that you have for yourself going forward in terms of the industry you're in and also as a woman?
I have so many dreams for myself. One of the things that I really want for my personal brand is to have my name on products and sort of build a brand that's going to live beyond me being alive. Something that will sort of become a beauty powerhouse and that's well respected and recognized in the beauty industry. So I want to leave my mark there. And there's other business ventures that I really want to go in. For example, one of them being property, but not necessarily like housing, but more of like student accommodation. That's something I've been wanting since I was in high school. I mean, in varsity, in my first year. And I've always really wanted a logistics company. And a lot of people are like, that's so unlike you. It's something that I've really, really wanted. I don't know how I'm going to go about it. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but it's just one of the things that I want to achieve. So I just really want to be a very successful, wealthy woman with multiple streams of income. I want to be a boss. That's what I want to do.
I think the logistics company sort of like ties into what you wanted to do when you wanted to be a lawyer. The whole marine, it does tie into that.
So it's definitely still something I'd love to do for myself.
And Kimberly Crawford is asking, how do you not overanalyze your video after you've made it? How do you not overanalyze those videos?
Guys, I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm so inconsistent on my platforms is because I overanalyze everything. I'm very finicky about quality. I'm very finicky about, how I sound or how I look in the video. So if I'm not satisfied, I don't put it out. And I think the reason why I do that is because I never want to put out a standard of work that's not good enough for my audience. I really respect those who support me and I feel like they deserve the best. But now I'm learning to not be so hard on myself because it can really affect your productivity and it can often be very demotivating. So if I feel like I've put my best into something, then
That's
I
good
put
enough.
it out. So yeah, I think just don't doubt yourself. Don't think about it too much. If obviously it's something that's very much obvious and it's irritating you, then try refilm the video. But if it's not that serious, then just put out the video. Someone is gonna watch it and someone's gonna appreciate the content.
Is it?
That's my advice.
And the lady is asking, what matters more to brands? Is it the subscriptions or the views?
In terms of YouTube, I think views is more, in my opinion, and I think that's what they
Mhm.
probably look at, your engagement. So very often before you work with a brand, they ask for your insights. And if you are a YouTuber, then you should get an app called Studio, and it really just gives you a breakdown of everything, the average watch time, how much your subscribers grew,
Mhm.
how many people watched this video for how long. So for me, that's more important than subscribers, because you could have 500,000 subscribers, but someone with 30K is probably getting more views than you. Some people watch videos without subscribing. So really, I think the traffic that's going through your channel is more important.
Uh, cool, cool. And in terms of like growing your YouTube numbers, how does it work? Is it the same as with Instagram? Just or how did you grow yours?
Yeah, YouTube numbers is the exact same as Instagram. It's putting out content. And another thing that really helps is doing giveaways. That's sort of, it's a bit of more of a motivation for people to subscribe and stick around, because then they'll stick around obviously to watch the next video to see who won the competition, and they'll
Mhm.
subscribe so that they can qualify for the competition. So if you can do some giveaways here and there, it really helps boost your platform.
Is it? And in terms of your beauty looks, what are some of your favorite beauty looks? I mean, I'm sure you've done like 1,000 looks, but what are some of maybe three that you say, these looks, I love them, and here's why I love them?
My favorite beauty looks, a simple makeup look with a red lip. That's usually my go-to, with a good pair of lashes, especially when I don't have enough time to do my makeup, but I want to look like I'm wearing good makeup.
Mhm.
My second favorite beauty look, anything with a cut crease. I really love eye makeup. I feel like it really makes my eyes pop.
Mhm.
And what else? That very natural look, but with very beautiful skin. So when you focus on your highlights and your contour, you do the natural lashes. So you just wear mascara, you have bushy eyebrows, like the fluffy eyebrow trend, a beautiful nude lip, and then you just have a glow going on. So those are my three favorite beauty looks.
Mm. And in terms
Mm.
of the beauty industry, I mean, what are your thoughts in terms of where the beauty industry is right now? Not necessarily in the lockdown, but just right now
Mm.
as a space. How do you feel about it? What do you think are some of the things that could improve, or some of the things that you're absolutely happy about that the beauty industry is doing right now?
I'm really proud of the industry for growing in terms of inclusivity. That's always been a very big struggle, especially with brands, them really accommodating women of color. As much as right now it's not necessarily where it should be, but we are getting somewhere. I mean, there's definitely brands who've done shade extensions based on people's feedback, complaining that they don't have enough shades. So I really appreciate that. And I think also inclusivity in terms of moving away from the standards, society standards of beauty. So it's not just about how a woman should look if she's on social media or if she's famous, but it's more about, everybody being beautiful. It's not just about
Mhm.
the Kim Kardashian style of face, but even the girls with the
Mhm.
round faces like myself are being
Mhm.
embraced, those with slender faces. So yeah, it's definitely a bit more inclusive, and I think we could definitely grow more in that space, and people should not necessarily, I think once we get to a point where people don't feel intimidated by entering the space based on how they look, then we'll definitely
Mhm.
know that we've made a lot of progress.
No, definitely. I agree with you.
Mm.
And Zanim Tembu is asking, are you willing to do virtual masterclasses during the lockdown? Is this something you're willing to do? I don't know if she's saying, are you willing to, or is she asking, are you going to be doing it? So just perhaps you can answer that. Is that something you're interested in doing? Will you be doing that? Or
I don't know if I'll be doing it, but it's something I wouldn't mind doing, virtual master classes. I think my only problem with that is now people can't go in store to get makeup. So if I'm going to be teaching you how to do
mm,
makeup, there's various products I need you to have. If someone already has the products that I would need to teach with, then it's definitely something I can look into. But
mhm.
yeah, otherwise I wouldn't mind. I can think
Mm.
about that.
And the Pindile is asking, Mihlali, have you ever been broke in your life?
Have I ever been? Yes, 100%. I was broke all the time when I was a student. I was broke all the time.
And what did you do to make money while you were a student? Did you start some? Because I know when you're a student, you do this or that just to make money. You sell this. What did you do?
I was freelancing. I was doing people's makeup. I was a freelance makeup artist, and I would blow my money right after a gig. I'd go to the mall and I'd go to Zara and I would shop like. And I was also, I think I was a bit spoiled because I was getting an allowance from my parents. So even if I go broke from the money I worked for, I would know that, okay, at least at the end of the month, my dad is going to send me money. But yeah, I learned a lot about saving and managing my money. Well, when I started earning like, proper money, because now there's no more my dad's going to send me money. If I finish my money now, then I'm in trouble. So I have to be very responsible in terms of my finances.
Cool. I was just going through some of the questions here, and people are excited. The people are really love you, and
guys.
So in terms, yes, we're talking about money. So you just spoke about money. What did you do with your first big paycheck after you got into beauty and you are the Mihlali that we know about? What did you do with your first big paycheck?
I get this question all the time and I do not remember.
Really?
I don't remember. I don't think I spent it badly though. I think I flew home to visit my mom, and I bought groceries and I just did a whole bunch of things. When you do things here and there and the next thing your money is gone. Yes. I don't remember going shopping. I probably bought makeup because I do that a lot. I spend a lot of money on makeup. And at the time I was obsessed with growing my collection. So any money that I got, I was really putting it towards my kit. But yeah, that's what I did with my first paycheck.
Is it? So what's the funniest pickup line you've ever had? Like the craziest pickup line, you're just like, oh, come on, dude. I mean, really.
What's the craziest pickup line I've ever had? I think the craziest way guys hit on me was he screamed a cross sentence, if I want rich friends, and I should be friends with him. And this guy followed me around the mall for a good couple of minutes until I responded. Like I literally had to be like, no, like leave me alone. Yeah. But I don't remember any corny pickup lines. I probably get those in my DMs, but like I don't know them.
Is it? And craziest interaction with a fan or someone who likes you, you're just so crazy, you're like, yeah, okay.
I think the craziest interaction for me, and any of these were the same. When people cry when they meet me, I feel like that's always a very crazy interaction, but not in a bad way. I mean, I obviously appreciate it, but I'm always just like, whoa, okay, someone out there loves me so much I could get emotional. So yeah, those are always quite sweet. But I don't know how to react.
Who would you cry if you saw? Who would make you be like that?
Oh my gosh, Rihanna. I cried when I saw Drake. And I wasn't even like close to him. I was watching him perform. And I cried.
And what did you say is your biggest achievement to date? I'm just reading through some questions here. Sorry, I keep looking down.
No problem.
So what is your biggest achievement to date?
My biggest achievement, geez, I have so many things that I'm grateful for. I think growing my platform and just hitting 1 million followers without the support of traditional media was quite big. And getting opportunities or working hard enough to be able to be recognized by YouTube internationally, where I got 2 opportunities to go to YouTube summits, one in Paris, one in Atlanta. For me, those are like life-changing experiences, because now I was in rooms with people that I've been watching for years and people who inspired me to even get on the platform. So those were quite amazing. Being recognized and awarded by platforms like Glamour and your Cosmos and everything for my craft, those are also quite amazing achievements. Yeah, I think everything for me is sort of noted as an achievement because it contributes to the bigger picture. It contributes to where I'm trying to get to.
So I read an article I think I don't know if you posted it on your social media or through the article, but talking about being an influencer and how it's not easy. For those people who are watching this, or even people who watch this later, what is it like being an influencer? And to those who say like you just post pictures, what is it really like?
It's
In
hard.
terms, if you could call them, what would you say?
Mm. You know what? A lot of people say this when they start their careers. They're always like, yo, guys, by the way, this is not easy. They make it look easy, but it's not. There's a lot of work that goes into it, from the creating the content, but even before the creative process from the beginning, when you're thinking about what you're gonna film, when you're trying to figure out what will be interesting enough to put out there. I mean, you never really know until you put it out and see how people respond. And
Mm,
shooting the actual content for me is probably like one of the most exhausting things, especially when you have an entire setup. You're checking if your settings are fine, you're checking if your lights are fine, you're adjusting things as you go. A video you
mm.
spend.
Mihlali, can you see me? Because you're Mihlali, it seems your screen is freezing. Can you see me? Mihlali, hi Mihlali. I don't know, guys. Can you see me on top? Am I visible? Can you hear me? Because maybe Mihlali will just log out and. Hi Mihlali. Oh yes, we can absolutely, but we can't see your face, but we can hear you perfectly.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you guys. Can you see us? Can you all see us? No, I can see you now perfectly. But okay, so we can see and hear you. Thank you very much, Lerato. Thank you, Muntu. Thank you so much. So you were just speaking about so we were speaking about being an influencer, and you're just talking about
Yeah.
how much it takes a lot of time, the part about editing the videos and doing the actual content. So that's where we kind of
Mm.
lost you there, 'cause we went slightly fuzzy.
Yeah, so basically there's just like a lot that goes into it. And even if you don't do video content from
Mm,
um from what was I saying? From even your Instagram point of view, or from your blog, taking the pictures and getting the proper image out also requires a lot of effort. And
mm.
then there's obviously the business side of things, but that's a whole nother conversation.
And someone is asking, which apps do you use to edit videos and pictures?
I use Premiere Pro, which is part of the Adobe software for my videos. I also use Final Cut. And then for my Instagram, I use Lightroom, Facetune, and this other app called Erase. So if you want to blur the background and whatnot. So yeah, I just use the different apps.
Mm. And things people would be surprised to know about you as we're about to wrap. Guys, if you have any questions, just send some questions through for Mihlali. We're about to wrap soon. And we will save the live. We will save the live. What camera do you use?
I use the Canon 5D Mark IV for my tutorials and the M50 for my vlogs, both Canon.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just saying, like, things people would be surprised to know about you. I think we found out now that you really love to cook, or maybe people used to know that. We found out now that you really love to cook.
Mm.
Last night you had, was that lunch? The lunch, was it supper with the fruit?
The oats, yeah, that
That
was
was interesting.
lunch. Thank
Ah,
you. Yeah, I really enjoy cooking. I didn't cook as much as I'd like to before, because also
mm,
cooking for one person sucks. But now that I'm forced to, I'm really, getting back into it and learning how to be creative again in the kitchen. So yeah, I guess that's something people didn't know about me. I also love singing, but I can't sing. I sing a lot.
So you
Those
just
who
sing
really
along by
follow me
yourself.
know I sing a lot. Trust me. And
Mm.
what else? What else would you be surprised by? I'm just like a really random, goofy person, and I'm clumsy. Yeah, I'm just like
Someone's
a.
asking, someone's asking, why do you have a helper? I mean, come on, we all
Why
have
do I have
helpers.
a helper? Because, but I don't know how to
Because
answer that question.
'cause we work hard also, and we're just helping each other. That's how it is.
Yeah.
And top 5 songs on your playlist right now?
Oh my gosh, Summer Walker's entire album. Geez, Nobody Else by Summer Walker, Over, and
Hmm.
Party Next Door, News. What else? What else am I loving right now? Drake, that mixtape Chicago thing. What's the song called? I forgot the name of the song. And also this other leaked song by Drake, called
What song is this?
it's on SoundCloud. I forgot the name. But I also really like TC Slide, his new song. Some people think it's whack, but I like it because it's my husband.
Someone was asking, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I think, oh yes, I think we spoke about this when you spoke
Mm,
about your dream for yourself. So
mm.
what we'll do is we'll save this interview as well, and you can see that. Someone is asking, Angela M is saying, are you a socially awkward person? Like, I've never seen Mihlali as a friend of many celebrities, and why is this the case?
Um, I am a socially awkward person, but at the same time, I'm a bit of an extrovert as well. So once I'm comfortable with people, then it's not necessarily a problem. I just don't have a lot of friends in general. I don't even think it's about celebrities. I've really stuck to, and I'm still close to people that I was friends with from day one. I think another problem is I've found that some industry relationships aren't necessarily authentic. And I
Mm,
don't, I'm a very sensitive person. I don't have time to be putting my all into friendships that aren't real. So
mm,
if I do meet someone and we get along and they're genuine and I like them, then obviously I would be friends with them, be it a celebrity or not. But I'm not
mm.
necessarily hungry for, industry friends. Like it's not a priority for me because I'm very happy with the friends that I have now.
Then
Mm.
someone is saying, please may you suggest, recommend apps that you use when you're starting out, not the paid ones. Because I think people want the apps that they can use that are for free for now, especially when you're starting out, obviously.
Can I be honest with you guys? I started with the paid ones. I learned how to edit on Premiere Pro because the guy who was editing for me prior was using the same software and I used to watch him edit. So in terms
Mm-hmm.
of free apps, I know ZX Online mentioned something Filmora that she uses and you pay for it once a year.
Mm-hmm.
And some people use things like iMovie. So I don't know. Please do research. I'm not too sure because I'm honestly not familiar. So I don't want to recommend things that I haven't tried.
Mm-hmm. And then someone was asking, how do you handle negativity? Because you like to interact with the fans a lot. How do you handle it?
I try not to I try not to deal with it. I
Mm-hmm.
do ignore negativity. If I'm having a bad day, then I might have a response here and there, but that's usually Twitter and it's banter. But anything that I feel like could be very detrimental to my brand, I try not to engage with it because at the end of the day, I have more to lose than someone who just felt like, a little nasty moment that could give them 2 seconds of fame.
Mm-hmm. Who knows you the most?
In my family,
Uh,
who knows me the most? Jeez, I'm so close to everyone in my family. I think the two people who know me the most, three, it has to be three. My mother, my grandmother, and my aunt.
uh, uh.
And my cousin. I can't pick one person.
No, 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 absolutely, that's okay. And lastly, let me just see here. I'm just trying to see if we went through all the questions because I got a whole lot of questions, and
Mm-hmm.
then I also put some questions uh, down. Oh yes, and the craziest thing you've ever heard about yourself.
I hear crazy things about myself all the time, guys. What's the craziest thing I've heard about myself? Um, it usually has, I don't know. Things like I don't really work. It's all a facade. My career's fake. I hear things about myself all the time. It's like crazy, but I mean, it's whatever. People can talk. I don't care.
Suno is asking, how has your skin come along? I know you did facials and all, but I'd like to know. Okay, how does your skincare routine look like? Because I didn't understand that phrasing. What's your skincare routine?
So my skincare routine, there's a dermatologist I see in Hyde Park. Her name is Dr. P. And I've also gotten a lot of help from one in Durban called Dr. Lou. So they send me products that they feel would be best after analyzing my skin. I also do get regular facials, but since I can't now, my routine basically consists of a face wash or a cleanser. I have an oil cleanser for when I remove makeup. I tone my face. I use serums, like 2 serums. One is for everyday use. Another one I only use when I'm breaking out. I have a day and night cream. Various creams for day and night actually. But most of my products are biomedical. And there's some DermaQuest products. I still use Johnson's to remove my makeup. And my favorite serums right now are from Dermalogica.
Okay. And Pulana is asking, would you ever sell smoothies? I like the smoothies that you make. Would you ever sell smoothies?
Sell smoothies? No. I mean, if I open up a health shop, I would. But for me to make, I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to make smoothies every day to sell them. It's going to be very time consuming, and I don't think I'd be able to commit to that business venture.
And Tando is asking, what advice would you give to someone that you inspire? What advice would you give to someone who finds inspiration in you?
I would say just work hard. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So just persevere through the naysaying and everything. Be determined to achieve your goals, and also set goals for yourself and try to stick to the plan. And be authentic, remain true to yourself and to your audience. Yeah, that would be my advice.
Pearl is asking a question. How do you keep your content consistent, seeing that there's a lot of influencers doing the same thing? I think you may have answered this earlier, but I don't know if you'd like to answer it just briefly.
So I really listen to what my audience likes. And I also try and think about the direction I'd like to move in terms of my content. So if there's a new segment I'd like to introduce, a new space that I'd like to dabble in, then I definitely do so. And then, with this industry, I think it's very much a trial and error situation. You see what people like and what they don't. And if you are someone who can come up with new and creative ideas to keep your audience on your toes, that's also quite nice. But yeah, just be consistent and put out good content. I think that's very important.
All right, cool. Mihlali, thank you so much for your time. Our time is about to run out. You know how Instagram is cutting us out.
It times you, yeah.
I know. But for everyone, we've got this interview is going to be saved on our lives, so you'll be able to see it. Mihlali, any last words before we wrap up? What you'd like to say to the viewers, a whole lot of them who tuned in to watch you?
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I truly appreciate it, and thanks for all the kind comments. I was reading them as we went along. You guys must stay safe, stay indoors, and have a wonderful quarantine.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time, Mihlali. Thank you
for having me.
Totally appreciate it.
No
all right,
problem.
bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for joining us, guys. Bye-bye.